Sup, right here for the TheCouncilNetwork with the episode 5 of season 1 review of Luke Cage, just to get a rip. Now, before we get completely started, if you have yet to see the episode, go watch the episode before you start watching this, because I don't want to hear, you spoiled everything, just so we're freaking clear, so no one can complain, because there's a lot of spoilers in this episode. The biggest question is, 5 episodes in, does someone die again? I believe the answer is no. we actually have the first episode where someone doesn't die. That's not a bad thing, but I mean, it's just like the character deaths were through the roof as of late. So, we have Misty, who is going through the rubble, finds Reva's picture, and obviously she takes it as evidence. And then we have Claire, who is getting robbed and beats the shit out of the guy and goes sees her mom and basically explains to her mom, I'm back in town because of the simple fact that in the hospital I was working at, some ninja dudes busted through the window, and one of them looked like they had an autopsy scar, and they tried to cover it up. So pretty much the events of Daredevil Season 2. Meaning that the timeline basically goes Daredevil Season 2, and Jessica Jones was before Daredevil Season 2, so everything is the way it's supposed to be, lining up perfectly in that whole way. So I think it's nice that they tie that into this whole universe. Like, hey, look, it's just a few blocks down, nothing too major. And then her mom asks her, well, what would make you happy? What do you want to do as a career? I want to help people with abilities. They don't say, superhero beings. They just say abilities, like Jessica and Luke and, of course, Matt Murdock. And I can't wait to see that. Basically, she's confirmed for Daredevil. She's confirming herself for Defenders in some degree. Cottonmouth, he lost $7 million in the episode before last. He's pissed off. He's got to reap some money. He's sending out his thugs to, do the shakedown. We gotta go get money. And of course, one of his thugs is like, hey, maybe we just let Luke have his area and we have our area and we just make peace. And of course, Cottonmouth's like, busts out a gun. That guy's shot to death. Oh, look. Character death. 5 episodes. Every episode someone died. But this guy is very, very minor, so it is what it is. We hear the name Diamondback again. And that's from Shades. That's who Shades is working for, is Diamondback. So here's a big thing I want to mention. I do think at some point Diamondback, either in Season 1 or Season 2, because remember, I'm going episode by episode, watching it, then shooting the reviews. I think we're going to see Diamondback either in this season or next season, and he's going to have something to do with the back end or the first part of Season 2 at the very least. I don't think they're just going to mention Diamondback and not do anything about it. But I like what they're doing with Cottonmouth, because he's the kind of thug that's pretty much like Wilson Fisk, except the Harlem side a little bit smaller and has deep pockets everywhere. But what they're doing is they're not making him into a Wilson Fisk clone. They're making him to his own character. Obviously, that's something that kind of worried me, to be completely fair. So we have the big thing is we got this girl, Aisha, and her dad, who was part of the Mets, and, he went off his rocker after working for the Mets and winning the World Cup or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't watch baseball, but he's got the ring. Basically, it's like winning the Super Bowl ring. It's the baseball equivalent of that. And, he wanted to pawn it. She stopped them, and that's how she remembers her father, but they take that from her. So that's obviously a big part of this episode. And one of Pop's old friends is basically just saying, like, yeah, Luke, you should take the keys to the upstairs apartment since yours got blown up to smithereen. And obviously at the same time, he's like, when this place opens, it needs to remain open, and it needs to become a business wherever it's going to be. And this, again, is sort of hinting to where Heroes for Hire will pretty much take place, or Defenders will take place in some degree, is that Luke's whole thing, he's going to have the apartment upstairs, and that would take place in Heroes for Hire. But I'll talk about that towards the end of the episode review, to say the least. Then we get to, Pop's old friend talking about the chess pieces being like other characters, like, hey, you can't have this one sitting with that one. And we get more backstory to Pop's, making it feel more important for the history. Aisha's like, Luke, I'm looking for you because Cottonmouth's boys and whatnot, they stole my shit. And then Luke starts doing repo for everyone, not just Aisha, but for everyone. Then we get Misty asking, you're in the center of this, how do you get rockets on? So the big twist of the episode is that Scarf is being investigated by these two detectives. Obviously one of them is the captain, but the one that's not the captain is in on it with Cottonmouth and just giving the heads up that Cottonmouth wants the guns back and everything. They're in lockup. And of course Luke finally gets the ring back around this time and gives it to, tries to give it back to Aisha, but he finds her at the service, whatnot, for Pops. So the biggest thing about this whole episode is obviously that they're aware, hey, we gotta get the firearms back, and it's gonna set up a meet between Cottonmouth and Scarf. I guarantee that much. And it's interesting. We'll see where that goes, because I don't think Cottonmouth is in the right mind right now, to say the least. I really don't believe he's in the right mind. But Aisha was going to shoot Cottonmouth, or one of her, I guess she was going to shoot him. And then Luke is like, don't worry about it. Put the gun away. I put an end to it and whatnot. I like the line that Luke says to Cottonmouth where he's like, next suit you ruin, your thugs ruin, I'm going to tax to you. And he basically publicly shames Cottonmouth. No worries about what Cottonmouth would do. No blowback. He don't give a fuck. He's like, fuck this shit. And of course we see Luke going back to the barbershop. It's a solid episode, very character-driven episode, very character development. I know this review is going to be fairly short, but today's an extremely busy day when I upload this, so I'm terribly sorry for keeping it shorter. But there wasn't too many action pieces to really talk about, but regardless, fantastic episode. You should go check it out. I'm going to say an 8 out of 10 if I had to score it. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy the content and you want more, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more. Now, this is episode 5 review, so the 6th one will come out tomorrow, the 7th following, just until they are completely done. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video as always. Till then, peace.